2014 Corvette Stingray has been a success by any way you want to measure it. As a matter of fact, right now if you go into a dealership and want to buy a Z51 package car like this, you could wait up to a year for it to be delivered. But here's the thing, most of the people who have bought one of these cars have never actually driven one. Well, we've got one for a week, so let's see what it's like. Now, it goes without saying that this is the best Corvette ever. 460 horsepower from the LT1 engine and very accessible performance thanks to all the driver's aids that are baked right into this car. But the question is, what's it like living with day to day? Well, I'll tell you right away, the learning curve for this car is extremely steep. There's a lot going on with the dashboard, and you could spend easily 2 weeks, a month trying to figure everything out. I think most buyers are going to settle into some sort of configuration with the dashboard that they like and then never change it again. This is an example of just how deeply buried some of the functions are. Now, in order to invoke launch control, you have to be in track mode, and you also have to double-click on traction control to get into performance traction mode, where you've got 5 different modes that you can select depending on what different options of traction control and stability control you want. Now, in each dashboard mode, there's also multiple different displays that you can select. In this case, this is the performance menu, and that gives you things like lateral G's, an actual bubble meter, an acceleration computer, lap timer, oil temperature, and other vital signs. Now, is a week really long enough to get to know this car? Probably not, but here's the thing. For a lot of buyers, we've probably put on more miles in the week we've had it than they will in the first year of ownership. And this is a car that you can't figure out overnight. We had a chance to experience the full range of all this car could do, but not really tap 100% of its potential. Our test car is actually representative of the majority of Stingrays that are being delivered right now. It's a Z51 package automatic transmission car. Now, the take rate for manual transmissions on new Corvettes is only 37%, which sounds low, but it is the highest of any Chevy vehicle. Now, a Corvette buyer is not necessarily going to cross-shop against other brands, but what else is out there in the market space that's comparable to this car? Now, BMW, Porsche, Mercedes, and Audi all have cars that are similar in performance, but we're talking a lot more money for the same kind of things you're getting in this car. Another potential competitor is the Nissan GT-R, at least as far as complexity goes, but the thing is, you're going to pay $100,000 for that car just to get inside. Now, of course, there's always the traditional Viper versus Corvette rivalry, but the Viper is really almost a cartoon compared to this car. I believe that the Corvette is a much more versatile, everyday kind of car, not that there are a lot of people who are going to be using it that way. Now, obviously, I think the car is a hit, but I have to ask myself, how well is all that complexity on the dashboard going to age? And I also wonder, with a Z06 on the way and possibly a ZR1 version as well, how much more performance can you really access on the street? Not a whole lot. Those are going to be track cars. What I'd really like to see is something like a Formula Stingray, decontented a bit, more simple gauges, but all the same driver aids, maybe make it a little bit less expensive. Now, Chevy's tried this before in the C5 generation with the fixed roof coupe, which was not a sales success, but became a hit after the fact. Is Chevy actually going to do this? Probably not, but I'd still love to see it. Well, for Corvette Online, I'm Paul Huizinga. We'll see you next time.